The year was 264 BCE. Rome, a burgeoning republic, witnessed an unusual spectacle. At the bustling cattle market, not cattle but men were the subject of trade and transaction. These were the early gladiators, their lives a stark contrast to the glory they would later embody. Their fight, a duty performed to honor the deceased, marked the beginning of a tradition that would come to define Roman entertainment. This debut, organized by the Brutus brothers, involved a mere 3 pairs of fighters. Their purpose was simple: to appease the spirits of the departed with blood sacrifice. Little did they know, this humble beginning would sow the seeds for an empire's obsession. Fast forward to 105 BCE. The setting was no longer a modest marketplace, but the grandeur of the Roman Forum. The event, no longer a private affair, was a public spectacle organized by the highest magistrates. This time, 44 gladiators clashed, their struggle a spectacle for the masses. This marked a turning point, a transition from solemn ritual to public entertainment. The Roman thirst for gladiatorial combat had been ignited, a thirst that would only intensify with time. The games, once a somber duty, were poised to become an integral part of Roman society, a stage for ambition, politics, and the raw thrill of life and death. The Roman Republic, a hotbed of political maneuvering, saw the potential of the gladiatorial games. Ambitious politicians recognized the power of the spectacle, the sway it held over the masses. What began as a form of entertainment soon morphed into a potent political tool. Julius Caesar, the shrewd strategist, masterfully used the games to his advantage. In 65 BCE, he organized lavish games, not to commemorate a recent death, but to honor his father, dead for over 2 decades. This grand gesture, a calculated move, served to bolster his image, portraying him as a devoted son and a man of the people. Caesar, however, wasn't alone in recognizing the political capital of the games. Augustus, the first Roman emperor, understood the importance of keeping the populace content. He, too, staged extravagant games, boasting of 10,000 gladiators battling over 8 days, a testament to his wealth and generosity. These games were not mere entertainment, they were a calculated display of power and generosity. Funding these spectacles served as a public display of wealth and influence. It was a way for politicians to win the favor of the masses, demonstrating their connection to the common man. Behind the polished armor and the roar of the crowd lay the harsh realities of the gladiatorial life. These warriors, often romanticized, were mostly slaves, prisoners of war, or condemned criminals, their lives deemed forfeit. Their existence was one of hardship, discipline, and the constant specter of death. Sold to gladiator schools, or they endured grueling training. Their days were a relentless cycle of physical conditioning, weapon practice, and sparring. They were fed a high-energy diet designed to build muscle and stamina, preparing them for the brutal realities of the arena. Their social standing was virtually non-existent. Considered the lowest rung of society, their lives were fraught with danger. They lived with the knowledge that their next fight could be their last. Yet, amidst the brutality, a flicker of hope remained. Some gladiators, through skill and sheer luck, achieved fame. They became heroes of the arena, their names whispered with awe and admiration. A few even earned their freedom, their victories a testament to their resilience in a world that had stripped them of their dignity. The Roman arena was not a chaotic free-for-all. It was a stage where different classes of gladiators, each with their own unique fighting style and equipment, clashed in a deadly ballet. Their weapons and armor, often dictated by their origin or the whims of the organizers, determined their tactics and chances of survival. A heavily armored warrior, relied on brute strength. Clad in a large helmet, a sword, and a massive shield, he was a force to be reckoned with. Then there was the netman, nimble and quick, who relied on agility and cunning. Armed with a trident and a net, he aimed to entangle his opponent before delivering the final blow. Named after the Thracian warriors, wielded a curved sword called the. His agility and unique fighting style made him a formidable opponent. Named after a tribe Rome had conquered, donned elaborate helmets and fought with a sword and shield, a symbol of Rome's dominance over its enemies. Each type of gladiator had strengths and weaknesses, their combat a carefully choreographed dance of attack and defense. Their clashes, a spectacle of skill and brutality, kept the Roman crowds on the edge of their seats. Section 5, Beasts of Burden and Battle, the Gran Venaciones. The roar of the crowd reached a fever pitch, not for the clash of steel, but for the snarl of exotic beasts. Gladiatorial games were not limited to human combat. They also featured the elaborate hunts that pitted man against beast. Lions, tigers, elephants, and even rhinoceroses captured from the far reaches of the empire were brought to Rome at great expense. These magnificent creatures, symbols of Rome's vast reach and power, were destined for a brutal end. They were not merely about slaughter. They were carefully orchestrated spectacles, often featuring elaborate sets and storylines. Gladiators, trained to fight specific animals, faced off against these beasts, their bravery or desperation on full display. The scale of these hunts was staggering. Thousands of animals were slaughtered, their deaths a testament to Roman extravagance and a stark reminder of their dominion over the natural world. A brutal display of power served as a chilling reminder of Rome's might. Section 6. A feast for the senses. The spectacle unfolds. The gladiatorial games were more than just combat. They were meticulously crafted spectacles designed to overwhelm the senses. From the moment the sun peeked over the horizon, the air crackled with anticipation. The amphitheaters, architectural marvels like the Colosseum, provided a grand stage. These structures, capable of holding tens of thousands of spectators, were adorned with banners, statues, and intricate mosaics. The sand, stained crimson from previous combats, glistened under the midday sun. The day began with a parade, a procession of gladiators, musicians, and exotic animals. The crowd roared its approval, their excitement reaching fever pitch. As the games commenced, the air filled with the clang of metal, the roar of beasts, and the cheers and groans of the crowd. Between fights, elaborate skits and theatrical performances kept the audience entertained. Music, often played on horns and drums, added to the grandeur. The gladiatorial games were a feast for the senses, a potent blend of violence, spectacle, and raw emotion. Section 7, Legends of the Arena, from Spartacus to Commodus. The sands of the arena witnessed the rise and fall of many a gladiator. Some, like Spartacus, became symbols of defiance. A Thracian slave forced into gladiatorial combat, he led a slave revolt that shook the very foundations of the Roman Republic. Others, like Flamma, achieved fame through their skill and tenacity. A Syrian gladiator, he fought in 34 recorded matches, winning 21 and drawing 9. He was offered freedom 4 times, but chose to remain a gladiator, a testament to his dedication to the craft. Then there was Commodus, the Roman emperor who fancied himself a gladiator. He entered the arena not for glory or survival, but for vanity. His rigged victories, a mockery of the gladiatorial tradition, showcased the excesses of power. These gladiators, each with their own unique story, embodied the complexities of the arena. They were slaves and heroes, victims and victors, their lives and deaths forever etched in the annals of Roman history. Section 8. Echoes in Eternity, the Enduring Legacy. The gladiatorial games, though a relic of a bygone era, continue to captivate our imagination. Their influence can be seen in modern entertainment, from Hollywood blockbusters to the world of professional wrestling. The themes of competition, spectacle, and the struggle for survival resonate even today. The gladiators, with their courage and skill, remain enduring figures, their stories a reminder of the human spirit's resilience. The Colosseum, a silent sentinel to a bygone era, stands as a testament to the grandeur of the games. It serves as a sobering reminder of the brutality that humans are capable of inflicting upon each other, even in the name of entertainment. The gladiatorial games, a complex and often contradictory aspect of Roman society, continue to spark debate and discussion. They force us to confront our own fascination with violence and spectacle, reminding us that the line between civilization and barbarity can be thin indeed. Section 9. Conclusion, a brutal and timeless spectacle. The Roman gladiatorial games, a potent blend of ritual, politics, and sheer spectacle, offer a fascinating glimpse into the Roman psyche. They were a brutal form of entertainment, a testament to the human capacity for both cruelty and compassion. The gladiators, often dismissed as mere pawns in a larger game, were individuals with their own stories of courage, skill, and the will to survive. Their clashes, a spectacle of blood and sand, captivated the Roman world for centuries. The legacy of the games lives on, not only in the ruins of amphitheaters, but in our own fascination with competition, spectacle, and the enduring human drama of life and death. The gladiatorial games, a brutal and timeless spectacle, continue to challenge and captivate us, reminding us of the complexities of our own humanity.